Students of class 7, welcome back to a new chapter. This is lesson number 8, Harold R. Hornbill by Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond is an Indian author and a poet of British descent and is possibly India's best known and most widely read author. He was born on 19th May 1934 in Kasauli in Punjab State's Agency, British India, to Edith Clark and Aubrey Alexander Bond. His father taught English to the princesses of Jamnagar Palace, and Ruskin and his sister Ellen lived there till he was 6. Later, Ruskin's father joined the Royal Air Force in 1939, and Ruskin, along with his mother and sister, went to live at his maternal home at Dehradun. He was then sent to a boarding school in Mussoorie. When Bond was 8 years old, his mother separated from his father and remarried. When he was 10, his father died of malaria while he was posted in Calcutta. Ruskin was at his boarding school in Shimla and was informed about this tragedy by his teacher. He was thoroughly heartbroken, but later he was raised by his mother and stepfather who lived in Dehradun. Bond started writing at an early age and since then was consistently writing hundreds of short stories, essays, novels, and books for children. Most of his works are influenced by the life in hill stations and at the foothills of the Himalayas, when he spent most of his childhood. His first novel, The Room on the Roof, received the John Llewellyn Rhys Prize in 1957, and he was awarded the Sahitya Academy Award in 1992 for Our Trees Still Grow in Dehra. This is his novel in English. Bond has written hundreds of short stories, essays, novels, and books for children. He was awarded the Padma Shri in 1999 and also the Padma Bhushan in 2014. He lives with his adopted family in Landore, Mussoorie. Now coming to the story, lesson number 8, Harold R. Hornbill. Basically, this is a story in which the author narrates about a pet hornbill which he had when he was a little boy, and how the hornbill finds a new home when it fell out of its nest. Let us first learn about Harold's parents. Harold's mother was a good and careful wife. His father was the most easygoing. He was very calm and relaxed and not easily worried sort of a husband. Regarding Harold's mother's pregnancy, let's learn about that as well. While the mother was pregnant, Harold's father took his wife into a great hole in the trunk of a flame tree in the month of January. This was before the tree flowered. Now the hole was weather beaten, that means it was damaged by the weather. But Harold's mother was enclosed here for over 2 months, during which she laid an egg and Harold was born. Let's now talk about Harold's nest. The nest where Harold's mother laid an egg was within the wall of a sturdy wall of earth, sticks and dung in a hole in the tree trunk of a flame tree. There was a small hole in the center through which the two parents communicated. Harold was no beauty in his naked boyhood, not beautiful when he was born. His most promising feature, rather his attractive and obvious characteristic, was his flaming red bill matching the blossoms of the flame tree, which was now in full bloom. He had a stomach that could never be filled, though he was always fed. Now a tragedy happens here. Let's learn about that as well. Harold was quite happy in his cell and did not want to come out of it at all. Then something happened that would change this. One afternoon, while he was having his siesta, meaning having a short nap in the afternoon, he was awakened by a loud thumping on the wall of his nest. Soon the wall broke open and there was something staring at him. It was a large, yellow and furry civet cat. It was hungry and trying to attack Harold. Here is a picture of a civet cat. But before the civet cat could seize him, his parents flew in and attacked the cat. In the midst of the fight, Harold tumbled out of his nest and landed on the narrator, the author Ruskin's garden path. And before Harold would be attacked again by any predator, the narrator's grandfather picked him up and took him to his veranda where it would be safe. Harold was severely injured from this fall, and his wings were broken and it looked like he would not survive on his own. So the narrator and his grandfather took him and made an enclosure, meaning a safety fence for him in the veranda. They took on the duties of Harold's parents. Now let's learn about Harold's new life with the narrator and his family. Harold was at first very anxious, meaning he was very nervous, but after some time he welcomed people approaching him. Every time he saw the narrator and his grandfather, it meant the arrival of food for him, and he would greet them with a craning neck. Craning neck means stretching the neck. And also with a quivering open bill and a loud croaking saying kakaki. Harold loved eating and eating a lot, and he was even ready to share his food sometimes, but if there was any delay with his meal times, he would summon the narrator with his raucous barks, meaning loud and rough calls, and vigorous bangs on the woodwork of his kitchen window. He was very good and loved bananas and dates and balls of boiled rice, which the narrator would throw, and he would catch them in his beak, toss them in the air, and let them drop into his open mouth. Harold was very good at this, and later the narrator also taught him how to catch a tennis ball which was thrown with some force from a distance of 15 yards. Harold was not the best looking bird. He had a small body and a large head, but he was very thoughtful about his personal appearance. He had a rough spot on his body, which was a small gland situated above the roots of his tail feathers, and it produced a rich yellow fluid which he used from time to time to rub all over his feathers and the back of his neck. Harold also loved the rain. He always knew it was going to rain, as he would start chuckling to himself about an hour before the first raindrops fell, and this would let the narrator and his family also know that it would rain. This would irritate the narrator's aunt Ruby, as she was always caught in the rain, and when she returned home, Harold would start laughing. Every time there was storm clouds and gusts of wind, Harold would be very happy, and when it would start raining, Harold would spread his wings and dance and scream, "Wee, wee," and tumble around like a circus clown. The narrator, along with his grandfather and his whole family, would come out of the veranda and share Harold's happiness. Harold spent his lifetime of 12 years with the narrator and his family, and the narrator says that even after many years, he still misses Harold and his raucous bark and the banging of his great bill. And he wishes that if there was a heaven for good hornbills, he hopes that Harold is there and getting all the summer showers he could wish for, and plenty of tennis balls to catch. That is your lesson, Harold our hornbill. Coming to your assignment. In this exercise, please give the meanings of the following words. First is easygoing. 2. Secondly, weather beaten. 3rd, promising feature. 4th, civet cat. And 5th, raucous barks. Exercise B involves questions and answers. 1 is, who is Ruskin Bond? 2, describe the nest in which Harold was born. 3, why did Harold fall out of his nest? 4, how did Harold improve his appearance periodically? And 5, what did the narrator wish for Harold many years later? Exercise A and exercise B, the answers are available throughout the video. Please write down the questions along with your answers in your English notebook. I will see you next time with a new lesson. Take care till then. Thank you.